Hi, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be talking about the symptoms that I have had since having Crohn's. So not just the symptoms I've had since being diagnosed, the symptoms that I had that led me up to my diagnosis. I'm going to also sort of talk about how I try to deal with those and how I help my body to deal with those symptoms. So what I'm going to actually start with is the symptom that I got first, which was just a stomach ache. And I literally had this stomach ache for maybe about 2 weeks before I did anything about it. It was just kind of like a bit achy, and then like every now and then it would be a really sharp stabby pain. So yeah, it was a bit strange. It was kind of like all down the side and then at the bottom. At first I thought, oh, I must have eaten something funny for the first like 2 days, and then it just didn't go away, and basically it's never gone away, that stomach ache. The pain will kind of go up or down depending on how bad my flare is at that point. So the way I tend to deal with that is just to take painkillers. Most of the time I don't really take any painkillers, but if it starts to get worse, I take either paracetamol or cocodamol, but don't take cocodamol as much if you can avoid it. Don't take ibuprofen either, because that can actually make your guts not very well. So yeah, that is just pain really. It has been there the whole time. The other thing I had a lot at the start was bloating. So my stomach would just get so bloated, and then obviously it's more uncomfortable, and then the pain from the stomach ache is worse because it's bloating and it's all kind of jammed up in there. And with bloating, I find drinking lots of water really helps. It sort of flush everything out. Also drinking like herbal teas, green tea, peppermint tea, chamomile tea, those kind of things. They just sort of help as well with your digestion and moving things through so that things aren't getting bloated. And obviously the big symptom that everyone thinks about first, diarrhea. That can be really bad. I didn't actually end up with kind of toilet problems until maybe like 8 months after my stomach ache. Basically, this is probably going to be far too much information, but I didn't used to go to the toilet very regularly anyway. Ever since I was a kid, I literally used to go once a week. Mine started getting more frequently, but it still wasn't really a problem because it was just going to like twice a week, 3 times a week. Then it kind of worked up to once a day. I mean, that's not really an issue. Obviously, it's got worse and worse as I have gone on. A way I've dealt with that is by taking Imodium. Obviously, don't take it all the time, and it isn't a permanent fix, and you shouldn't be taking that regularly. But if you have a special event, or you're going out for the day or something like that, and you really just don't want to be pooing all the time, take Imodium. That's fine for like a day. The other thing I'd suggest, if you are sort of concerned about finding toilets and things like that, you can get a radar key. So you can use that key to get into disabled toilets that are on the radar key system. At things like train stations and stuff, there normally are. At Victoria train station, you have to have your own key to be able to use the disabled toilets. It is a really handy thing to have. To get a radar key, you can actually just buy them. I got mine from Crohn's and Colitis. And the other thing that's really handy if you are sort of concerned about going to the toilet or needing the toilet when you are out and about is to get a can't wait card. And yeah, it basically just says, urgent can't wait, the holder of this card has an inflammatory bowel disease and needs to use the toilet facilities urgently. Thank you. I have used the card before. I was in London and I needed the toilet. I think it was like a residential building or something, and I just showed him the card and was like, look, I really need to go to the toilet, and he let me use it. I mean, it just takes some of the awkwardness out of telling someone, look, I'm gonna shit myself if you don't let me in. So yeah, if there's kind of like restaurants that say toilets for customers only or anything like that, typically there will be a little bit more understanding if you show them the card or if you just explain your situation. And the other symptom that is sort of less known is you do actually also get constipated with Crohn's. So, I mean, it's either all or nothing basically. So another symptom that is quite common, it doesn't happen for everyone, is having blood in your business. Yeah, that's not nice. So far I haven't come up with a fix for that one. Obviously that's going to happen when you're not in a good way. Contact your GP, your IBD team if that is happening, and hopefully they can sort something for you. Now, weight loss is something that is associated with Crohn's. Obviously, if you're going to the toilet a lot, you probably are going to lose weight. Again, this isn't something that means everyone with Crohn's is skinny. I was told you can't have Crohn's, you're too fat. Yeah, just because someone hasn't lost weight, it doesn't mean they haven't got Crohn's. I did actually lose 1.5 stone while I was being diagnosed. I then got put onto steroids when I was first diagnosed, and most people know they make you balloon out so much. Since being on steroids, I haven't lost the weight again, and I've been off of steroids for quite a while now. I've got like a double chin, and I never used to have a double chin. I'm not concerned about that because at the end of the day it has made me better to be on steroids, but there are people that aren't very sort of understanding. Like I said, someone told me you can't have Crohn's, you're too fat, just because I hadn't dropped down to like a size 4. If it is something that you're concerned about, speak to your GP. I think the best advice I can give you is to still just have a balanced, healthy diet. A lot of the time we are told don't eat fruits, vegetables and things like that when you are in a flare-up because they will irritate your system more. I personally still will eat a balanced meal, and yet sometimes vegetables and fruit and things really do upset my stomach. I just feel like I want to still be getting goodness in me. And the symptom that's probably the hardest to explain but the most difficult is fatigue. Now, when you say you suffer with fatigue, a lot of people think, oh, you're just a bit sleepy. No, you're not just a bit sleepy. It is intense. I've never ever felt tiredness like it. You literally can wake up some days and be shattered. It's because obviously your body is doing so much extra work. The nature of Crohn's is that your immune system is attacking itself. So your body is constantly doing something, even if you are resting, which is why fatigue is such a big problem. Again, it's not something really I've found a great fix for. I do try and make sure I have a really good night's sleep every night. If I have a day that I think, oh my god, I'm so tired and I just need to rest, I just rest. I've found exercise actually really helps with fatigue. Because obviously you are making your body fitter and more active, it does sort of counteract the fatigue. Fatigue is a real difficult one. It's like your brain is malfunctioning. You know what you want to be talking about, you know what you want to say, and the words actually won't come out of your mouth. Sometimes I will just be completely tongue-tied and useless. My suggestion is to find what works for you. I know that I am better in the mornings. I can function like a sort of normal human being level in the mornings. That is when I try and do things that are important. It's also important for the people around me to know sometimes I'm struggling to get my words out, so you just have to kind of wait and bear with me. Don't interrupt. So another thing is you can get really sore joints. It's quite common for people who have Crohn's to end up developing arthritis. Someone of 26 years old shouldn't feel like their body is that useless. So sort of symptoms / side effects that have happened since I have been medicated. So one of the things that started when I was on azathioprine was my hair started to fall out and my nails got really weak and my skin got really bad. My nails, there was a point where they had all split so much that when I was actually popping the pills out of the pack, like, you know, you have to sort of dig your nails in to pop them out the pack, my fingers were splitting and my hands would end up bleeding from me just popping pills out of the pack. That was really painful. My hair started to fall out, so I don't know if you can tell, but here is a lot thinner than this side. My hair in general is now a lot thinner than it used to be, and I can kind of get out the shower and pull like clumps of hair when I'm washing my hair. Again, that started with medication, but I'm now not even on that medication and it's still happening. My skin as well is a lot worse than it has ever been. Skin, hair and nails are all really linked to your digestion. Although that all started when I was on a particular medication, it now hasn't really got any better even though I'm not on that medication, because my body hasn't got the facilities to kind of fix it. I would recommend just knowing there is going to be a completely new normal for you. The person you used to be pre-Crohn's, pre-medication, pre all of that, they're not gone. You don't need to be really, really dramatic about it, but your body has changed. So you're not going to have that long, luscious, beautiful hair anymore. You might not have that glowing skin yet. You have to help your body help itself. So I take multivitamins every morning, and that seems to have really helped with my nails, my hair and my skin. So I think they are kind of the main symptoms that I have struggled with. As with any disease, symptoms are going to be different from person to person. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been informative for some people, maybe giving you some ideas of how you can deal with your symptoms, or if you don't have Crohn's, maybe gives you an idea of what people with Crohn's are dealing with every day. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. and subscribe as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have had a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Don't take don't take oh my god, you're making your butt bet. Yeah.